So, let's talk about Mr. Krabs. Oh boy. You know, guys, honestly, I just don't know everything I want to say here about Mr. Krabs. Well, I have a few things, to be honest. One, he's greedy, he's heartless, he's selfish, and he's money stroking. That's probably the best word that you can use for him. Oh yeah, he's also a jackass. And he's also, let's see, I think I said heartless already. He's very cheap. I mean, oh my goodness, you see? Okay, he was a little bit like this in the older episodes, but he wasn't a complete jackass. Now, he's just a jackass on top of another jackass on top of a jack elephant. I even don't know what the hell that means, but still, he's that. But, I mean, it's just absolutely terrible. Like, the way he does in the new episodes are literally unspeakable. Literally unspeakable. He uses Gary to collect money from people because Gary has a magnet inside of his shell in case he swallowed it. He will also bring people in the most craziest of ways just to get money. And yes, he did do some bad stuff before to get money. Like, for instance, Born Again Krabs. He tried to sell this old moldy Krabby Patty because, you know, it costs money to throw it away or something. I don't know. Who knows? Oh yeah, if you throw something away, it's basically a throwing away money. Yeah, that's understandable, but that's still pretty bad. But even back then when he did some bad stuff, like in our example, the jellyfish episode where he had all these jellyfish making this jam to make jam Krabby Patties, he would also capture these jellyfish and just making jelly off of them and try to kill them off just for money. And that's pretty horrible too, but not in the sense what horrible he does now, because if you look at Mr. Krabs before when he did this, you're not thinking, oh my god, I hate him, he's a horrible person, blah blah blah. He was still pretty likable back then, even with the stuff he used to do. Now if you see him, everything that he does, you literally facepalm yourself over and over and over again. Or if you don't facepalm yourself, you just groan in anger because of, or frustration because of the stuff was just so horrible. My goodness. I mean, I just literally, how much a bad character Mr. Krabs is. It's ridiculous. And the thing also he did, not even it's for money. Even it's besides money. It's something regular, which is plankton. Let's talk about that, okay? Mr. Krabs literally considered to be a worse character or a villain compared to Plankton. If you see Plankton trying to steal the Krabby Patty from him or whatever he does, you don't even look at him and ask, oh, I hate this character because he did this and blah blah blah. You don't. You literally don't. In certain episodes, you actually sympathize for him. You actually feel sorry for him. He's also a likable character. Yes, he's a villain in this show, but still, he's a likable character. Mr. Krabs, however, not a villain, but he is seeming like he is a villain. Because of a huge reason, other reasons why, and some huge reason why that he's a villain. This reason is ginormous. One course meal. He continued to scare the crap out of Plankton by being a whale costume. Pretty much Carl's costume. He scared him in the point where he drive him insane. And Mr. Krabs only finds this funny. And the worst part about it, Plankton was so bad that he was driven to literally trying to commit suicide. He lay in the middle of the road so a bus could run him over. When Spongebob let him know about that, all Mr. Krabs did was laugh it off. And the other thing is he tried to blame Spongebob for this and say, none of this would have happened if you kept the secret location of me safe a secret. No. You can't blame Spongebob for that, okay? That is definitely not his fault. You see, even if he didn't do that, Pearl would have come to the room either way and know that he's afraid of whales. So don't blame Spongebob for this. That's not his fault. It's your fault because you're the one that is doing those actions You're the one that caused him to do this. It's your fault. Now, another thing that I want to mention about this episode, I know this video is about one-course meal, because this is the biggest thing I want to talk about. The voice actors doesn't want to do this episode because they knew this wasn't the way that the characters were meant to be. I mean, because Mr. Krabs would definitely not be this heartless. And the voice actor for Mr. Krabs, he knows this. Why? He's been working for Mr. Krabs over 10 years. The writers, the new writers, they've been there for like, what, 5 or 7 years or something? The voice actors know the characters more than the writers because they have been voicing them for a very, very long time. And so when you see that a writer done something like this and they think that a character would do, it's stupid because they have been working with these characters for a few years and these voice actors have been working with these characters for a decade. So they know what they're talking about, not the writers. And the voice actors are literally not trying to do this episode, trying to let this episode to just be gone and lose it to the DeLorean or something. That tells you there's something wrong. That tells you they're not doing a good job, the writer of the company. That tells you everything. And you know, it's kind of sad when you see characters like that, or like any certain character from the old cartoon to the new cartoon. That is basically what I'm calling it. The old SpongeBob is an old cartoon, and this SpongeBob now is a new cartoon of SpongeBob. I shouldn't even try not to connect it to the same series. That might probably be a spin-off. It might probably be like Teen Titans Go. Very saturated, very poorly written, horrible characters, everything else is bad. It might be like that. Because technically, that's what it is. Everything about SpongeBob, new season, is totally different from the old season. And, you know, it is, I don't know. Basically, this is what I'm saying here. Mr. Krabs is basically the worst character in the entire series right now. You feel more sorry for Plankton. Again, the guy that's supposed to be the villain. But technically, he's not the bad guy. Mr. Krabs is the bad guy. In every single episode that you see him in, he is definitely a bad guy. And the fact that he's the main character, and he used to be... That's the thing! He used to be such a likable character back then. I mean, the fact that Mr. Krabs got so saturated over the years is very, very sad. You know, not just Mr. Krabs, almost everybody except for Plankton. Yes, Plankton might be a bit more stupid in the new episodes, but still, he's still kind of a likable character. SpongeBob's not a likable character anymore. Patrick definitely not a likable character anymore. Squidward at some points he is, and in some points you look at him and like, oh my god, okay, his anger is not even justified. Sandy, Mrs. Puff, yeah, that's definitely that I want to get to. It's going to be a very short video, but I'm definitely getting to her. Probably after Plankton or Sandy or something, I don't know. Yeah, almost everybody, even the townsfolk. Yeah, so that's all that I got to say, to be honest with you. Yeah, that is almost everybody. Have been saturated. It's just bad. It's just bad. That's it. That's all I got to say. So, yeah. Thanks for watching. I hope this was a good video to you guys. I'm not really sure, to be honest with you. But the next video will probably be in 2 weeks. I don't know. I have a busy schedule. It's pretty sad. But the next video, not sure when, but it's definitely about Plankton. And that's going to be a short video. I don't have everything else to say for him. I said more of him in this video, almost about him here. I will try to still make an overview in comparison of him. If I can, cool. If I don't, I won't upload anything with that. I will go straight to Sandy Cheese or Mrs. Puff or something, I don't know. You see. But until then, I'll see you guys next time. This is Joshua Williams from Regular Josh 1. Remember, you're here from a regular pony in a regular world. Peace out, and always thanks for watching.